co-working space. Oh, there's a little cat. Hello, cat. Now, I am going to go to a full day of work. It feels really good to be back in Bali. I think I just didn't realize how much I was missing the community, the environment, how Bali's set up. Like, gym is just over there that has all the sauna, gym, cold plunge, and then the co-working space, which has all people like me who are trying to do the same thing. So it's really easy to be inspired. It's really easy to live a really healthy life. So I am excited to be back. It's a really beautiful day as well. You've ruined it.
I should give you a tour.
Yes. I don't know if I like the frame rate at 25.
Cheers.
To Omni.
To us.
To marketing. To Jacob.
To marketing, to Jacob.
Cheers. You should see the. This is no audio. I'm just gonna record it and be wrong. I found an editor to do my vlogs, and he's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just put it on Google Drive. Google Drive? Yeah, enough. Shit, I see it every day. There was one time I came on Sunday at 7 a.m. She's already there. Hello, good sir. Can you hear me? I am doing excellently. How are you? What's making you anxious? Maybe start there.
Life is good. You change your style. You like wear shorts.
So it is Tuesday, the 18th of March. I'm currently sitting at B-Work. This is my favorite co-working space, probably in the world at this point. It's just got everything that I need. And today the focus is coaching calls. So I got a couple of coaching calls, waiting to jump on one now in a couple of minutes, and I just had one before. So these coaching calls are me working one-on-one with business owners who are wanting to scale their business. So jumping on a few of them today. Then I've got a mentorship call with my own business coach and looking to build out some of my digital products. So that's the focus for today. And then later at night, I am actually appearing on someone's podcast through Substack. So pretty excited about that. So I'll take you along the journey for the rest of the day. Okay, so it's roughly 2:30 p.m. It's the hottest part of the day here in Bali. Just finished a bunch of coaching calls and a couple of things that I need to get through, emails, sequences, all that fun stuff. I'm about to go into a mentorship call with my business coach in about half an hour, but I'm getting a protein smoothie first, and then I'll be going to the gym after that and joining a Substack mastermind. But first things first is a protein shake from one of my favorite places in Bali, Smokies. What an institution this place is. Super berries with 2 shots of vegan protein powder. This will tide me for the afternoon munchies that I usually get, and then I can go to the gym right after and then eat dinner afterwards, which is nice. I'm on a podcast later today at 7 o'clock. Another one, similar to the one I was on yesterday. Before I jump on a call with my business coach, one of the things that I'm looking at doing is actually mapping out my customer user journey here. So it's a very basic Canva whiteboard where I've just got all my products, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel products, services, and how I get traffic, everything basically, all my business at a bird's eye level view. And one of the things I want to move to is in the past 6 weeks I've sold out of my school founder memberships, my one-on-ones. I have sold out of my Done For You offer, and also my inner circle is selling out as well. So really looking to understand what's the next thing and how can I actually leverage more digital products in this customer journey, input segmentation, and really gather more information on my audience, because currently I feel like I can get better at doing that. I think every business can get better at doing that. So that's something I'm dialing in for the rest of Q1, and then I can take this to the next level and work on increasing my monthly recurring revenue just through digital product sales. It sounds very simple. Obviously, it's a bit harder than that. It's just going to take a couple of weeks, but I feel this is how I'm going to add leverage and increase my monthly recurring revenue with not necessarily increasing my workload too much. So that is the map that I'm working on, and in this call, I am going to walk through that with my own business coach, and everyone needs a coach, and it's been extraordinarily helpful just to bounce ideas off someone and make sure that I'm on the right track. One of these calls, unlocks weeks of progress, sometimes months, sometimes even years of trying it on my own. So I can't morally tell people to invest in coaching if I don't invest in it in myself, and I know how much coaching has given me, so I want to give that to others. So that's currently what I'm working on today. It's almost 3:30. Going to jump on this call for the next 45 minutes roughly, and then jump onto a Substack mastermind with a group of really cool people from across the world to improve my writing. But yeah, pretty excited about jumping on this coaching call. It is 4:30 now, headed back to my guest house, change, and then get a quick gym session in, quick dinner, and then I got to be on a podcast at 7 o'clock. Bit of a busy couple of days with a lot of interviews that just seem to fall in the same week. So I just need to make the most out of it and enjoy it, and just be grateful that I'm being invited to speak on these things, which is really, really cool. It is now almost 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. I just went to the gym, trained some back, did some stretching. I'm back at B work, and I'm doing two things right now. I'm looking over the customer journey blueprint that I mapped out with my business coach. I was actually putting off mapping my own customer journey for a very long time. I don't know why. I've just been procrastinating on it for ages. But I've spent half an hour before the call just mapping out all my top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and then going from there. And really, it took about 30 minutes and then 45 minutes on the call, and we pretty much have mapped out what I've currently got and then what I'm going to do next, as in upsells, downsells, and the customer journey. And then the next thing we are doing is building the right software that I'm going to need to actually scale this across time. But anyway, in about 35 minutes, I am joining a community call with Christina God, who is a writer on Medium and Substack. Been a big fan of her for a very long time, and I'll be chatting to her community about all things writing and monetization. I suspect I ordered my dinner that's going to be here in about half an hour. Alright, ordered food. This is why I love Bali. Look at the food you can get for like an incredibly cheap price. Got avocado, kimchi, beans, I don't know what that is, egg, broccoli, brown rice. I think this is salmon if I'm not wrong. Thanks, Christina, and especially thank you to anyone who's woken up earlier than 7 a.m. in their respective countries. You have my respect, and if there's any problem I can solve for you, please let me know, and I am more than happy to try and solve it on this call. Yeah, well, I think my first one-person business actually started when I was probably 12 years old. I found a place where I could actually sell wholesale candy to other kids in the playground. And I would have been 12 or 13 at the time. And then my teachers found out about it and then promptly shut down my operations and threatened to call the police on a 12-year-old, believe it or not. Yeah, it's a good question. Whenever I decide to take any sort of action in business, the one question I always ask myself is, what problem am I trying to solve? So for the majority of construction services, the largest purchaser of construction services is generally the government. That's the case in Australia. I'm sure it's similar in Germany, across Europe, and in America, I suspect. So I realized that I could use my writing skills to ghostwrite. Okay, just finished the masterclass that I did. It wasn't a podcast, it was actually a masterclass with her cohort and her community. So that was really cool. Went through some positioning, sales, marketing, coaching, which you probably saw in the previous recording. I'm gonna end this video here. It's 8:20 p.m. 18th of March on a Tuesday. Still need to get my steps in, so I'm going to head back to the gym, get my steps in, wind down, not use technology, shut my laptop, jump in the sauna, and then head to bed. I will see you tomorrow. It's Wednesday morning, walking into B work. It's a very rainy morning in Bali. Morning. How's life?
I couldn't really rest that much yesterday, but very nice. Yesterday I got a call with one guy to the lead. I was like, hey, what's your prices?
Well, you got a guy from what? A lead. Oh yeah.
My other client.
Yeah.
It's my best client.
Okay.
He sends me a message on.
Okay, so it's 10:42 and I am preparing for a coaching session that someone booked for 11 a.m. today. It's a person who used to work for Microsoft actually, which is fairly interesting. Worked at Microsoft for over 25 years and has jumped into solopreneurship. What's on the agenda for later today is another coaching session in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. Then I've got another business coaching session with my business coach. And the majority for today, or the priority for today, is to get my funnel and my digital product mapping across all the stuff that I'm selling in order, and then having this roadmap I can spend Q2, so March to June, building out all the products and the upsells and the downsells and the customer journey that my customers and audience will go through if they purchase from me. So that's the focus for today. It's more of a strategic planning day with some coaching sessions in between. And then I will go to the gym again, and nothing in the evening, thank goodness for that. And I can just enjoy some downtime and get some more sleep. 3 o'clock check-in. I'm about to jump into a coaching call with one of my clients, and then I've got a mentorship with my coach. Maybe I'll fix this up a little bit with my coach directly after. So for the next 2 hours, basically got back-to-back meetings till 5 o'clock. Feeling, quite honestly, a little bit spent and a little bit tired. Past 2 days I've been working past 7, 8 with a few masterclass appearances in other people's communities, as well as a podcast appearance on Monday. And then I also arrived in Bali on Sunday. So I'm pretty tired. So just going to get through as much as I can. The coaching call that happened in the morning today went really well. The client paid for a one-off call, but is pretty interested in working with me ongoing. So that's really positive. You got a lot of value out of our conversation. And now I'm going to shift into my next client call, a couple of minutes, and then talk to my business coach, where we're going to keep building my digital product funnel, my customer journey map, and a few other things that we've been working on. One of the things I signed up from our conversation yesterday in terms of taking action is signing up to Write Message, which is like a way to segment your audience really effectively. So probably work through that for this session, and then tomorrow we get another session together to actually implement another software product. So we'll see how all that goes, but I'm gonna jump into the call now. I'll see you a bit later. I'm back in my guest house and just walked back from the co-working space. Obviously change of outfit, gonna head to the gym, I was going to do legs today, but my whoop, as well as my not so great sleeping patterns recently, means I'm going to switch out the day. So I'm going to do legs probably tomorrow because I'm going to get a really good night of sleep tonight. And it's just been one of the days where I kind of felt tired from the morning and don't really feel like going to the gym right now. There's nothing more than I want to do than just kind of stay on this bed right here and do nothing. But I know I'm going to feel better after going to the gym. And yeah, there are just days where I just, I also get tired. I get lazy. I get unmotivated. I have thoughts of just not doing anything. And I don't want this to sound like motivation porn or hustle porn or anything like that, but it's just, I do actions and behaviors not because they're convenient. They are hard for a reason. And I know ultimately these hard actions are like an investment in my future self.
The guy that I found here ended up, he can turn around and vlog in like a day.
Okay, folks, it is Thursday morning, 7:30. We're sitting at B-Work with my friend Gilles, or Gilles, or Gilly for short. What are you working on today?
I'm working on tech, basically.
Me too. Thursday, the 20th of March. It's about 9:30. In half an hour, I've got a community call with my inner circle. So this is a weekly community call that I have with them. And it's an implementation call. So they come with their challenges that they've had with either their offers, their brand, attracting their dream customers, content. And I work through that for an hour, solving all their challenges. So it's very self-directed. I don't prepare any content. It's really they come and talk about their problems and then I solve them. And today I've got the community call and 3 coaching calls with one-on-one clients. And then I've got a business coaching call with my mentor at about 7 p.m. So I'll go to the gym in between my client coaching calls and my business coaching call, or my own mentorship coaching call. But feeling pretty good today. Worked on a school module as well as my book. And I'm going to start writing my Substack article before the community call. And then that's pretty much it. I didn't get a great sleep last night. Had a few stomach issues, which is no good, but I'm sticking to the schedule and changing the scope. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. So let's see how the rest of the day goes.
Capturing my aura, it's fine. He says there's no audio, and tomorrow there's an AI with my voice.
It's currently 2:43 on Thursday, 20th of March. Beautiful weather compared to yesterday, but I'm feeling absolutely knackered. I had a few stomach issues last night, so couldn't really sleep properly, which was unfortunate, but making my way through it. Just finished my 3rd coaching call of the day. So I had a community call in the morning, coaching call with someone, another coaching call, and then I've got another one in about 45 minutes at 3:30. And then I'm probably going to go to the gym or go for a walk on the beach and then go to my own business coaching at 7 o'clock.
We are eating and drinking healthy food. Apparently, Balinese food, satellite is pretty famous. Klepon is Balinese. This one doesn't look like really Balinese, like it's spring rolls. I actually like sesame stuff. So this is my favorite one. What is yours? What are you going to use to do?
I don't know. I'm not that hungry. I kind of want to go to the gym as well.
Yeah.
I have just finished at the gym. Now I'm eating dinner and about to jump on a call with Jacob in 30 minutes as my business coach. Went to a networking event at the co-working space just before and caught up with a friend. So the work day. So I'm going to do a bit of prep work on my funnel before I jump into the call so I can make the best use of his time, which I'm pretty excited about.
see.
Yeah.
Cheers, big boy.
Doing something.
I got a workshop at 8:30. Okay, it's about 2:30 Friday afternoon. It's been quite a big one so far. The mornings I usually don't take client calls, but I had a really important client workshop that I wanted to do with the client and managed to close. So we're moving forward. It's a high ticket project where I'm basically licensing out my intellectual property and business model to them to build something very similar for a different target segment that is similar to mine but very different in many ways. So it's both targeting entrepreneurs but just a different segment of entrepreneurs. Then after that, about half an hour, ate some very quick fire lunch, and then jumped into 2 back-to-back coaching sessions with another family office. So basically the morning was like 5 hours straight because the meetings kind of ran over time of workshops or either coaching calls. So I'm feeling pretty mentally tired at the moment. But 2:30, I'm going to go through a few other things that I've got on my list at the moment, but I'm feeling pretty good for a Friday. I think I might call it early today and head to the gym, do a bit of recovery, and generally just take it a little bit easy. Had a pretty good sleep last night, but I could have slept better. But that's it so far. Really excited to work on the book a bit later and get back on content, which I've been slacking on in the last couple of weeks, just how busy everything's been. But that's Friday for me so far.
What did you do?
Yeah? Like,
He's only here for 3 days.
for 3 days. Because it was like interesting how you would invite two other girls to your accommodation, but she's living in the same place.
When did I invite other... Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
if you want
Yeah,
to invite
yeah, yeah,
someone.
We got to know each other via Luke, my friend from Germany, who's also here for a while. And he really wanted to interview me. I think later I found out.
Too many men.
Yeah, one of the reasons is also because I'm a woman and it's not that common to find that.
Obviously, I love you as a friend, so that as well. But they've seen too much of Gilles and Anton. So, need to mix this up a little bit.
Both of you wave, not just one. And then say Michael is the best.
Michael's the best.
Okay, that's going on. All right, so it's a Saturday. It's roughly 2:30 p.m. I just had a morning and early afternoon session working at B-Work, as you would have seen with Anton and Gilles at the cafe. Going to stop working today because a friend is visiting me from another country, so I'm going to go on a bit of adventure now that it's also stopped raining. It was raining really heavily and really badly here a couple of hours ago. So it's cleared up. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully it holds out for the rest of the day. If not, it won't be a great adventure. But I personally like working every day. And I know that there's a lot of debate online and everywhere else that, work-life balance, only work Monday to Friday, blah, 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 blah. I really don't mind working. I get so much joy, satisfaction, and in some ways validation that I am working towards something that I really love, because the signals that I get is awesome and I don't feel like I need to take a break. I wake up excited to work on my business and the tasks related to my business. I don't feel like I need to force anything. I'm not forcing myself to do this. If I really wanted to do something else, I could. I've got the freedom to do so, but there's nothing else I'd really rather be doing than this in the morning, and then maybe a bit of downtime in the afternoon/evening. But more or less, this is just what I love doing. It is Sunday, 9 a.m., the 23rd of March. Currently sitting at a meeting room at B-Work in Bali. Today I am working, so I'm going to work till about 2 o'clock today, so about 5 hours-ish of work, excluding lunch, depending when I take it. But this week so far has been fantastic in terms of business revenue wise. I've been able to make some really great progress and get some really great wins for clients this week, which has been really, really satisfying. I closed on a major deal with one of my existing clients I've been working with for a number of years, and we're going to expand the project that we're working on. I have to be kind of vague, obviously, because I don't want to give away the details of the project, but it's very good and it's very exciting that I'm basically going to shift my agency model into a licensing model. So what I do at a done for you level is going to shift into licensing what I've already created. So the outcome or the deliverable is a model that I've delivered for myself, so I know how to build for others, which is essentially where you want to get to, which is exactly what Alex Hormozy did with Gym Launch. It was a done for you model, which he switched into a licensing model, done with you. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with this. So it's like it's priced at a done for you level, but the fulfillment from your end is at a done with you level, which is where you want to get to really. And then from there, he switched into a different vehicle, which is private equity, which is in time where I want to go, but right now that's not where I'm at. So yeah, it's pretty exciting to see where the business is going. And the reason why I make these vlogs is really to document where it's going and where I am at the time. So, at a snapshot of March 2025, this is just where the business is at the moment. And there are challenges with it as well, which is, I'm pushing into space where I've never been pushed before. But it's also really exciting because I can actually see the results that I'm getting for clients. And I've been in this new vehicle myself after I left my previous one-person business in Melbourne for less than a year. Like I left in July 2024 to really go full on into this vehicle, and I've learned a lot, failed a lot, made a lot of mistakes, constant repositioning, constant pivoting, and it's exciting to see where I am now, like kind of 9 to 10 months on. But anyway, I'll leave it there for now, and you can join me for the rest of my Sunday work sesh. No heart today. I'm back in my guest house. I just finished morning and also early afternoon work session. The majority of my focus, usually today, like I mentioned before, is on that strategy on the business type of work. So really thinking big picture, what's coming up in the next month. And given that we're ending March in next week, roughly, I always think about what is, what am I wanting to do for the month after? But March, June, September, and obviously December, you're ending a quarter. So I like to think, okay, what did I do in the first 3 months of the year? And where do I want to go in the next 3 months of the year to take me to June? So I'm really starting to plan for the next quarter and also reflect on what I didn't do too well in Q1 and also what I really did very well in Q1. So it's a really balanced reflection. And I give time weekly to think about these things because things change from week to week. I don't have everything all sorted out. I often do feel a bit lost or a bit disorientated with my own business, and that's perfectly okay, because if you are pushing into the next stage of growth, you're always going to feel that way. It's never going to feel completely smooth. And in fact, if it feels comfortable, you're probably not pushing far enough. So I always try to check whether I'm pushing far enough. I'm checking whether I'm taking care of myself. I'm pushing whether this is the direction that I enjoy going in, and do I need to pivot or persevere? So I know that's a lot of things to do on a Sunday, but I think I just got the space to think about it. I don't take calls. I don't really do many things, but just reflect and really focus on strategy. So it's roughly 2:30, 3 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock, roughly 2 o'clock, sorry. And now I'm just going to spend the rest of the Sunday just kind of enjoying life. Maybe go to a beach club, relax by a pool. I don't drink, so it'll just be enjoying good food, good atmosphere, enjoying the sunset if there is one tonight, which will be really nice, and then sleeping early for Monday morning. So that really brings it in the end of the week for me in terms of work. And you might be watching this vlog and think, wow, that was pretty boring. And you'd be right. Like, what I really don't like about a lot of people who create content about business is that every day and every week seems like this monumental shift and big leaps, when in my experience, and great if they're actually doing those things, in my experience, week to week is actually kind of boring. And it's that loving of the boring and understanding that this is what building a business is. It's actually very boring on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, even sometimes on a month-to-month basis. So I've just learned to love the boring, and that's okay. So really, I'm just trying to show you the reality of what it's like to build a business, to be a solopreneur, to be a digital nomad, to be pushing in business, to be 29, turning 30, understanding what I'm doing well, not understanding what I'm not doing well, and just documenting the whole thing. So look, if you find it boring, I can't make it sexier. This is just how the reality of what building a business is like. And I just want to document it for myself and for who I will be in 2, 5, 10 years time, to say, oh yeah, I did actually do that. And that's where I was at that stage of my journey. And hopefully one day, if this survives, that my kids would watch this and be like, yeah, at 30, this is what my dad was doing. And this is where he was at his business and what his thoughts were. I mean, I would love to watch a vlog of my parents at my age. That would be crazy to think about. Imagine them vlogging their life and you getting to see it and be like, oh yeah, that's what they were going through in real time. Like, they're not talking about this in the future, talking about the past, because you forget a lot of the nuance. You forget what it felt like. You forget the context. And when you're talking about it in real time, you don't have the dots connected yet. So it's very raw. And I think there is a power in rawness, because it is truly authentic. Because you don't know what's going to happen, and you kind of just roll for the punches. So a lot of this vlog today has just been a big monologue, but that is why I'm doing this. And I think I'm just going to keep repeating that. I don't think you're going to see many flashy things from me, but just kind of the reality of what it's like to build. And it's very boring. Building can be boring, but to me, a lifestyle like this is absolutely exhilarating. I love it. And if you like that, then stay. If you don't, then I appreciate you being here, and you're welcome back at any time. But other than that, I'm going to end this weekly vlog here. I'll see you next week.